Got it. We are. Okay. We are going live on
So am I going to shut the volume on the laptop again?
volume on the laptop. Because we are just gone live on
Just a friend request?
pardon? Friend request. Okay. Hello everyone.
Oh, there you are.
Yes, so are you requesting me on Instagram?
Friend request. Okay.
There you go.
Yes. So are you requesting me on
And
Instagram?
Yes, I did.
go live. I'm
There
going
you
to turn that
go.
down. Maybe use headphones might be the best way to go so we don't have any sound issues. Welcome, welcome. Welcome on this beautiful Sydney morning. It's just almost 5:30 a.m. in Sydney. Good morning, Trina. Hello, you are on YouTube over
YouTube over here, Trina.
but
We've
we're
got
going live
going
on
live
several
on several
platforms.
platforms.
We're live on YouTube. Good morning and good very early morning for Sydney, Australia, and good morning for everyone on Instagram. I want to welcome a very special guest today, Ismael. Perez. You all know who he is. We're beyond, we're on part 6 today, and we are beyond introductions on
how Ismael got to where he is.
I'm not sure there's so many
There's so
videos
many
out there.
videos out there where he's shared his journey. So please
explore those if you are
completely new to this incredible soul
who is empowering
Hello, everyone.
people in their journey.
How's
And-
everyone doing out there? Thank you for joining.
Now I've got a little bit of a delay. You're going to be using headphones today, Ishmael?
All
Maybe-
right. Yeah, let's do that. You're right.
Maybe we'll just get feedback. Are we good with sound? Tell us if you're okay with us, then we might just continue like this because it's fantastic. Oh no, you guys are getting lots of feedback. Okay. Sound. All right. Thank you. YouTube. Today we as soon as Ishmael gets his headphones up, we are going to begin with just a little bubble of protection and light. We have noticed occasionally some interference, some funky things going on sometimes. So we're just going to step it up with the collective, with you all today. Some Blu-ray energy,
right?
Beautiful protection that we're going
to call in. I'm going to get Ishmael to initiate that as soon as he's ready.
Sounds good now. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
I
Hello?
Appreciate you coming on. Yes,
Can you hear me?
And today we've got so much to talk about. I've received your questions, but before we begin, as I said, we just want to create a powerful bubble around all the light that's coming in. It seems that sometimes they try to interfere with it in some way, shape, or form. So we're just going to step it up today. So Ishmael, would you like to call that in?
Yes. Let me just ground myself. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Right. So at this time, I invoked a bubble of protection around this conversation that we're going to have. May there be no interruptions, no interference. We put a block against the AI and all the negative entities that want to mess with this conversation at this time, so everything could just go smoothly. And so be it.
So it is. Divine appreciation.
How's everyone doing? Thank you for joining.
We're going
to be answering. We got people from Holland.
Canada.
Welcome. Canada, Holland. Well, welcome everyone from all over the world.
And hello everyone on, I know you're not seeing this, but hello everyone on YouTube. We've got Trina, Hillary, Chris,
Nice.
Libby, a bunch of people on YouTube. So feel free to, shoot some questions. We're not going to cover so many. We're a little bit time tight today. But one of the things that I wanted to begin with was a really wonderful question that we, well, firstly, this is our sixth part together, and I really appreciate your time and what you're doing, because it seems that the conversations keep just getting stronger and build on greater foundations of what we've already spoken about and what you've already put out into the collective. So it seems like everyone is coming up to, really catching up with the information. And so what seemed to be really dense and really difficult to grasp early on, it seems like it's just happening so much faster. So everyone, I think that's a collective thing. So everyone's really catching up with everything. It's amazing. So we've covered before grounding, we've covered the light bodies, we've covered diamond DNA, we have covered the disclosure, we have covered the importance of having discretion and really recognizing what you're letting in, what you're not, and how to have ultimate discernment. We've also covered organic ascension as opposed to the AI ascension. They're just some of the topics we've covered together, Ishmael. And so just building on that, if anyone's got anything, feel free to throw it in. However, there's a beautiful question that's come through from Germany. I think it was from Germany, Europe, and let me just read it out. It's to do with the children, that there feels like for those who are starseed children, this is from Christina, that they seem to be in kind of like a waiting mode in the last 6 months, and she's wondering how we can best talk to them in terms of, they know that there's something's happening, they know that there's a big shift, but they're in like a holding or a waiting pattern. Is there something else we can say? She takes her kids out a lot to nature and does a lot of the things that you've already suggested. Is there any other kind of suggestion that you might have, Ishmael?
I believe that the kids that are being born these days, or the kids that have been born in the last few years, are fully awakened. They are crystal children. What is a crystal children? It is a person, it is an individual who is already born with the Christ mind mentality. That is what a crystal child is. So they are able to understand what's going on. So if you want to tell your child, if you want to have a deep conversation about who they are as star children, as celestials, as angels embodied in physical form, they will understand. If you want to go further and explain to them that we came to this world to bust a system, to help humanity break out of the matrix, they will understand. Even if they're 4 and 5, I guarantee you, your children will understand. So yeah, don't hold back. Begin to share information with your children, and I wouldn't be surprised if if you open up the if you do it in a way where it opens them up so that they could further share information with you, and in that manner they might become your teacher. Again, these children are already being born with that Christ conscious mentality. So don't hold back. Begin to share information with your child at this time.
I have 3 under
They're ready.
5.5,
They're ready.
and they're ready, and I'm having these conversations with them every day, which takes us to this question: is there a way to find out which dimensions we choose to incarnate from? Like, does that affect our mission here on Earth?
Well, one of the things that I do in my Starseed cosmology course is we identify where we come from, what dimensions are out there, and where we resonate from. Mostly, I do make mention that most of us are here from beyond the 5th dimension. Some of us come from the 12th dimension, 13, 14, and above. So that's just something that you're going to have to, go within yourself to find out exactly what dimension you come from. But just bear in mind that if from the higher the dimensional sphere that you come from, the more in tuned you're going to be. So it also depends on your level of, your level of understanding things. How connected are you with your guides, with the elements, with what's really going on. So a lot of it depends on that. So everybody comes from different dimensions. But we're all here to do the same work. We all have one common purpose, and that is to, save the earth and the organic way of life.
And the other thing, whichever way we've found whichever way we've come to, or how we've come to being here, the point is that all time condenses into the now, and whatever projections or trajectories that we've had, this is the one that we're really choosing to empower and be awake in, and focus our light to make this collective shift. So we can I love that we can explore everything and where we've been and get insights and information as we awaken more. However, the more we focus on really what we're here to do and the present moment and focusing on the collective rather than buying into the what ifs and oh, that agenda and this agenda, the more we're really going to create everything that you're speaking about. And it's so inspiring the way that you share it, Ishmael. It's just so beautiful because I think it gives so many people hope, when you speak and you with calm and like everything is going to be okay and you're going to have whatever you dreamed. So many people, like it's shutting down the conviction that you have, that that's also pulling in the other people's conviction. It really shuts down a lot of the doubt for some people. So I really want to acknowledge you and thank you for that, because that's a huge part of it. They feel that confidence from you. I joke that you are like Superman or you're like Clark Kent with those glasses, but the truth is that, the you know as powerful and the super soldier and the DNA that you've said that you've embodied as a result of what you've been born into. And I listened to a really powerful interview you did about the oak tree project and everything that you've brought into your body from that space. I want to remind people as well is that it's up to us. So even though we've got these amazing inspiration from you, it keeps coming back to us. So we have to bring in that Christ light. We have to bring in our own light and keep accentuating, empowering, amplifying that on every level.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we appreciate you for all of that. We've got another question here, which is somebody. Welcome, yes, welcome everyone. Somebody asked, I'm afraid, just saw a comment, I'm afraid my partner will freak out. Now, this is one thing that I think is impacting and is a very 3D thing, and it's something that many, many people I know are going through. Their partner's freaking out, their whole life's changing. What would you have to say to that?
Be prepared to split if you have to. You guys are shifting into two different realities. When the bifurcation of timelines takes place, if your partner is not evolving, then maybe it's meant for you to have another partner. I'm sorry if this sounds harsh, but if you're moving up an octave and your partner is, and if you're moving up a grade and your partner isn't, then that tells me that you have a better partner coming to you in the fifth dimension. And so that will be more on your level, because when the bifurcation takes place, one of the things that's going to distinguish the two different timelines is the fact that those that do raise their consciousness, their frequency through the inner work, are going to eventually meet somebody else who also did the same thing. And that's going to be a beautiful partnership, two souls coming together with similar and common understanding. And that is to be of service, to share life together as one. And that is the true meaning of marriage, is when two beautiful souls come together with the right frequency and they just merge. So
it's a sacred communion and divine union. However, the way that it's been so-called celebrated in modern society has actually taken a lot of the sacred out and a lot of the power away. And I think today people often get married and end up living the illusion or whatever it is that they bought from society, which is not necessarily the divine truth that they thought that their soul was going into. So
yeah, especially with this lunar eclipse, expect to change. Like if there's certain people in your life that are going to leave you, but at the same time, there's going to be new people in your life that are going to be coming in, because the vibrational shift is already taking place. So it's not just, in terms of relationships, but it's also in terms of who you befriend, who you allow in your circle of friends. So old friends are going to fade, new friends are going to be coming in. And that's part of the changes, and be okay with that.
Absolutely. Welcome, Martin. Nice to see you from Denmark, and thank you for making the live. We had a question, there's some people have certain connotations around Zion, or like a Zionist, or what that might mean. Why did you choose Project Restoration Zion for yourself, your
Okay,
identity?
so as a member of the Holy Grail, um, the ancient order of the Old Temple of Solomon, those that reorganized as the Knights Templars, which were the original followers of Jesus, Mary Magdalene, and the community of Qumran, of the Essenes. Zion was the word that was given to the Templars, which really means the free world, the establishment of the land of milk and honey. And that's why in the movie The Matrix, it is also borrowed as a place where humans are free from the machine world. And so I adopted the word Zion, Project Restoration Zion, in reference to the restoration of a heaven on earth, and also has a lot to do with the establishment of the Davidic bloodline, the Holy Grail kingdom that was laid down long ago between the pact that took place between Melchizedek and Abraham. So that's where Zion comes from. It has nothing to do with the Bolshevik, Zionist, corrupt Rothschild, run Israel state today, which is, again, that's all nefarious, nothing to do with that. It has to do with so you have to understand that the Kabbalah always inverts things. So what they do is they take sacred words, and then they use them. For example, the swastika, the original swastika was used by ancient India, indigenous tribes, which means the balance of the four quadrants, the four seasons, the universe is in constant change, the four elements. And then, of course, the Nazis inverted it and took it as a, way to do whatever that it is, the evil that they did. So in like manner, let's take the word illuminated, okay? We hear of the, Illumina, you know what I mean? I don't want to say it, but that is a word that was taken from those that had reached enlightenment in throughout history, those that have reached higher levels of consciousness, nirvana, a state of samadhi, where they've achieved personal enlightenment, where they became illuminated. So again, the dark brotherhood, the dark occult always takes these things and they invert them and they call themselves that. But again, that's all part of the inversion. So the reason I chose Project Restoration Zion is because I am fulfilling what the Knights Templars and the Cathars couldn't fulfill when they were burned at the stake by the Vatican. So I'm here to kind of, let everybody know that it's all about restoring this new heaven on earth through Project Restoration Zion, which is something that the forces of light under the Melchizedek Brotherhood and Sisterhood of Light have been trying to implement for thousands of years, but they couldn't because of the fact that Belial, Baal, and Moloch, the sons of Enki, Poseidon, have been in charge. But their time is up.
They are done, and we are cleaning house, as we have said before. And I'm so happy that you have just cleared, not even cleared it, but just clarified that. So there you go. That's what it stands for. And as you are asking, some of you are asking, how do I check and where I'm at and what where I come from, whether it's which dimension, so on and so forth. Just want to. Ismael has talked about before how he's received his information, where you would receive it through downloads, dreams, and then you'd go and research and have it validated, right? That's how you did it in the past, right? So for everyone who's beginning on the journey of downloading who they are or where they're coming from, and the very mere presence of Ismael and what he's doing is really opening up a remembrance of others and where you're all from. Something that I shared in before a video was, I don't know if you guys know how to muscle test, but it's just a 30-second video, but you can just tune in with yourself and ask your body and do a sway test. Like, ask your body. My background is in kinesiology, so I've been muscle testing forever, but you can just ask, allow your divine truth to come in, your divine I am presence, and use the information that you're learning from Ismael or that you're picking up from everywhere else, and ask yourself and validating your own body. Your body will tell you, you have the intelligence, and your body will confirm and validate for you who you are and where you come from. I've had heaps of people texting me about that, and it's a really simple tool, and you can all do it and get the answers directly for yourself. So yeah, just wanted to add that for you. People are getting your book, and because we wanted to do this, and people saying, I'm reading your book, amazing.
Thank you.
Let's throw in, you are doing a tour right now, Ismael. So we wanted to do this before your tour. I think it starts tomorrow or the day after. So
well, actually, no.
Share anything about your tour?
Sure. My tour actually starts mid-November, about the 14, 15, or 16. I'm going to be going across the states to maybe about 11 major cities, across the country, to do a book signing, and of course to meet people, people that are out spread out throughout the country. Eventually I'll do the world like next year. That's in the plans for maybe perhaps next summer. I'll be able to go to Europe and Australia and Canada and other parts of the world. But so I will be giving, the heads up as to where I'm going to be at before I go there, so that way people could have, to know exactly where I'm going to be at days in advance. I'm also going to be going to the Red Pill Convention over this weekend in Utah. So I'm going to be, there this weekend, but I'm going to be back. I'm going to be gone just for 2 days. So for those that live around Utah, if you guys want to meet me, I will be over at the Red Pill Convention in Utah this weekend. So
that's the Red Pill Convention in Utah this weekend, everyone. And is there somewhere where they can just read or just see it on your Instagram, or is it going to be anywhere it's listed where all that is, or how are you going to communicate that to people who want to just double check?
well, you could just type it in, just type in Red Pill Convention in Utah, and it'll give you like I think it's at the Marriott, and it's a 2-day event over the weekend, this weekend. So I'm going to be there. I'm going to be having a booth, so I'll be able to do book signings or whatever you guys want.
Flag signings, maybe again, like you did at the last.
Yeah, I know.
We have a question about just clarification on the connection to Isis when it comes to ascension. This person wants to just clarify, is Isis on the good side?
Absolutely. She was the Egyptian, I guess, embodiment of Mary, of the mother goddess, the sacred divine feminine. Every ancient culture had her, so we had Isis in Egypt. We had, Mary recently, and I believe that she was under Ishtar, she was also known as Ishtar, Venus, Aphrodite. What else? Yeah, so all the different, goddesses of ancient times were the embodiment of the feminine, Sophia principle. And she's back, and now she's embodied in all of the star seed females out there. You guys all embody, the feminine mother goddess, energy. So
Incredible. And do you feel that the more we, do you feel that when we access the light body through meditation, which we're going to do one in about 5 minutes before Ismael needs to go, we're going to do a short meditation, everyone. But do you feel that, when we go into the light body, it's about, bringing our physical body up or bringing our light body in? How do you feel that integration takes place?
It's both. It's anchoring our light body in all of our subtle energetic vehicles, and it's also spiritualizing our physical body. So it's a two-way process. It's where the descent and the ascent meet at a perfect equilibrium. So we spiritualize matter by anchoring in the invincible bodies, right, the energetic vehicles, and then we also spiritualize matter by ascending our matter back into pure light energy vibration. So it's a two-way process.
Amazing. We've got a question about, autism. We've talked about it before in my first or second interview with you. Could we just talk about how you view autism or children with these learning challenges?
Well, that's what Western conventional orthodox perspective want you to see them or perceive them as. But the children that are autistic are the most advanced beings on the planet. They are like the cream of the crop out of all the star seeds. Those are the ones that have the really powerful spiritual gifts. And yes, there is a spectrum. You have high functioning, and then you have low functioning, and everything between. So we could say that those that are low functioning are already telepathic. They're already in tune with, higher ways of doing things. That's why they're mutes. That's why they don't communicate, because they are beyond. You have to understand people, the fact that we're, communicating via verbatim and language that's very primitive across the cosmos. Most civilizations out there use telepathy. So think about that. And then also those that are far left, those that are high functioning, are the geniuses. To give you an example, Elon Musk, Nikola Tesla, all of the world's greatest thinkers, Galileo Galilei, Copernicus, Leonardo da Vinci, were all high functioning autism. But again, they've always been incarnating throughout all history. Now they're just coming in the numbers.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
Yeah, they're a gift to the world.
Yeah,
hey, they tried labeling me as autistic when I was a kid because I was very spacey, and I didn't learn how to talk till I was 4 or 5, because again, I was very telepathic, and they tried labeling me with high functioning autism, ADHD, and they gave me all these labels.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know, that's what they do when they don't understand something different, something that is more advanced than the average person. So,
And then they try to fit them into the social norm, and the social is far from where anyone really truly wants to be. I mean, as far away as you can get from that, the better, I say. And what about the children? I guess they're attuned to higher frequencies, aren't they? They're I think, autism and even ADHD. I think you've said that before. Attuned dimensionally to a higher dimension, or was that something that you said, or I don't know if it was someone else. I should be crediting the right person, but I can't remember. But it was, I don't know who to credit. You pick up information from everywhere, right? But attuned to higher dimensions.
It's a tune dial to higher dimension. Yeah, no, attention dial to higher dimension. That's the true meaning of ADHD. So a lot of the star seeds are ADHD or ADD, by the way, and there's nothing wrong with that. That means we're just more advanced than the average human.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about children who are early on, they feel like around 2 and 3, they're really angry, or they've got this real, or they've got some sort of natural, I don't know if you've ever seen that, but there's, some kids presenting with really like this resistance or, anger that they're coming in with.
Yeah, that's just because they don't fit in. They don't understand why they're all of a sudden in this lower dimensional world, so that's their way of expressing their, I don't fit in, through anger,
Yeah.
Anger is a very powerful emotion, it has to be tamed. Of course, as they get older, they will learn, become more aware of their presence and who they are, and therefore will be able to control their anger. Because I'm just going to be honest with you guys, I was a very angry kid when my grandmother indoctrinated me into religion. When I was forced to suppress my abilities due to my religious upbringing, I became extremely angry, where I had fits. I would, like things would make me explode. And my family were thinking like, wow, we should put him in a hospital. He's got anger issues. And it wasn't because it was because I was being suppressed. Like I didn't fit in, and I was just, that was my way of expressing it. But of course, later on, I became aware of myself, and I started feeling different. I started feeling like that was just a phase in my life. And so, yeah, I learned how to control all of that, because we get pissed off. We come into this world, we see the way the world is being run. We know we're being poisoned with chemtrails, with, fluoride in the water system, with genetically modified, like everything is a poison. It's like they're deliberately trying to kill us. And so we know this. So of course, we're going to react in a way where it's like when we're kids, I've never, after I was 8 or 9, I just stopped reacting like that. And I became very I approached the philosophy of nonviolence, and that explains my bullying, why I would get beat up in high school, because I didn't want to hurt the individual back. So, I had those two extremes. When I was a kid, from the age of 5 to 7 or 8, I was very angry, expressing myself through anger, because, I didn't like the way this world was. And then when I became 10, 11, and 12, I was totally nonviolent. People would pick on me. I would turn the other way or turn the other cheek. I was like Jesus, they would slap me. And I was just like, I would never hit back, because I didn't want to hurt another human being. And that explains, and it's not because I was a wussy. It's just because I literally didn't want to hurt another human being, and so that's why I was picked on a lot, because I was an easy target. I never fought back.
Yeah. Wow, that's really powerful, and I appreciate you sharing that, because
of course,
so many people can relate to that. I can see it in children, even that I work with in my work, and it's just they need to be connected or comprehended, understood, and all of that kind of stuff. So really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. And for those of you who are saying that you're worried about that your child had the jab or didn't have it, you've said before that the kids that are coming in crystalline and the higher dimension for high frequencies, the bad food, these things, it's not going to affect them. So it's okay, right?
Yeah, it's not affecting them. And it's not affecting us either, by the way. If you're a starseed and you were forced to get the jab, you're going to be fine.
Wonderful. Well, we don't have a lot of time, so I really want to, before we've got like 5-10 minutes, so we're going to dive into a really short meditation. But this one, I wanted to see if we could focus on something whereby we've talked a lot about not having to pray to others. It's really about you embracing your light and everything. How about we bring in the accentuation, magnification, amplification of your own rays? for the healing that we need to do. How does that sound to you? Could we accentuate the 7 rays in the body or in some way, shape, or form, rather than feeling like people have got to pray to someone or call somebody in to assist them? How could we step up everyone's own personal power to just accentuate, whether it is the crystalline, Christ-like light ray or the 7 rays? That resonate with you, Ishmael?
Sure. Would you like to lead this meditation, if possible, or do you want me to do it?
Oh, I'm happy to. I'm happy to, or
Okay.
whichever. Like I'm
Yeah.
either or. Sure. Okay, then. Well, I'll go ahead then, and please join in towards the halfway through. I'll call in. Firstly, what I'll do is I'll just check the sound. I'm not going to do sound live because we've had too many interruptions, and I don't want to have that interjection with the sound. But I will tell you which is the sound, and I'll put it in later. Sound. We've got the sound 4, and the sound 4 is all about bringing in the golden ray, which is beautiful. It's the gold one, and this one is all about, let me just share it. This is interesting because, oh, where is it?
I don't know about you all, but are you guys feeling this lunar eclipse? Powerful energies are coming in right now. It's like it's magnifying everything. Are you guys feeling that out there? Yeah, good. You know,
Big time. We're getting
yeah,
all the
let's,
confirmations. So maybe we could accentuate as well that and bring in the changes that that's brought in moving forward. So it's sounds of fulfillment, and this sound is the golden color, and it's all about bringing in the fulfillment of your journey. It's around having a connected journey and not feeling like you're not enough. It's about ditching the not enoughness. It's about stepping into who you were born to be and knowing that just because you breathe, you are enough. I'm just going to let my cat out because he's whinging.
just want to thank everyone for joining in today. Thank you so much for being here. All your energies collectively are making a difference. And one of the things that I would like to remind you is that during this lunar eclipse, try to really just focus on your own personal development more than anything. Be mindful of your expansion, of your, growth, because that's what these energies are here to do. They're here to magnify where we put our focus and where we put our emotional state of, feeling. So remember that, the energies right now are magnifying your state of your mind and your emotional state. So just be aware of that.
Okay, so as we all are in this collective, recognize that we're all in a collective together. We've got 43 people live. So as we close our eyes, breathing in, and on the way out, letting go of all of the 3D, anything that doesn't assist, anything that is of the lower frequencies, that is less than the highest frequency of love. And again, with the next breath, breathing in the divine remembrance of who you are, and releasing anything that is less than the divine remembrance of your Christ-like frequency. We call in our I am presence, our divine, our mighty I am presence, our Christ consciousness, and our causal body. We send divine love and divine appreciation. I am divine love, I am divine appreciation. And as we let and allow the frequency of I am fulfilled, prosperity and abundance, the golden energy, the golden light, the true light start to come through, we allow that to integrate. As we recognize all of the ascended masters of the Great White Brotherhood, we recognize the realm, those who have assisted us in divine remembrance of who we are. Now is the time to acknowledge, accept, appreciate, send divine love and divine appreciation, yet we choose in this process to call in our own mastery, to call in the remembrance of divine I am, knowledge, truth, and power. With this collective, which goes beyond this space now, we call in the magnification, the amplification, turning the volume up on the golden ray, accentuating that flame in our own body, obliterating anything that is of a lower frequency. And as you begin to feel yourself expand with every breath that you take, as you begin to feel yourself expand in awareness, in consciousness, and energy beyond your mental, physical, emotional, astral bodies, you can start to feel every cell being activated with your divine golden ray and golden light. Accentuating also each and every way in our own body with the first ray, the blue ray of power and protection, magnifying that beautiful ray. For every time that we've prayed, asked for assistance from an ascended master to accentuate that, we now amplify that in our own selves to the power of 1,000,000, so that we're always protected as a group, as a family, as a unity. Now, with the next ray, as we breathe in, and for every time that we've asked for assistance, that we have been assisted, we appreciate, but we build on that, and we accentuate it, amplify it within ourselves, the yellow ray. Amplifying it, accentuating it, magnifying it in every cell of our body. Breathing in and out, feeling that activate in every cell. As we now breathe in the third ray, the pink ray. Every time we've asked for assistance to accentuate that ray within our own body and our own selves, we now amplify it, magnify it in our own being, obliterating anything less than that high frequency in our body, anything that's in the way, that's blocking us from divine remembrance of who we are and what we're born to do here and now. The fourth ray, the white ray. Anytime we have prayed, asked for assistance from Serapis Bey, anytime we've asked for assistance to accentuate this ray within ourselves and for ourselves, we now take that choice on to step into our own mastery, accentuate it within ourselves, magnify it, amplify it on all levels in our own body, seeing that like a domino effect in every cell, every organ, every tissue, every aspect of our being. In the next breath, I invite you to breathe in and breathe in that beautiful green ray, the fifth ray. Anytime we've invoked the assistance of healing from an ascended masters, we now accentuate that golden ray, that green ray within us. Anything that we take externally, any medicine, any food, may it be wrapped in the green ray for ultimate transformation and healing in our own body of anything, any tissue cells that we require. Now the sixth ray, the ruby or the purple ray. Breathing that in. Anytime we've called in that beautiful energy, when we've called in that assistance, calling it in right now on all levels, accentuate it within ourselves, see it bright, see it magnified on all levels, amplified into every cell of our body and being. And now with the seventh ray, the violet ray, breathing that in, a quality of freedom on all levels, accentuating it within ourselves, within our bodies, within our whole being, and knowing that that is following suit. And anytime we've called on that ascended masters, know that that ascended master is part of who we are, and we share that ray obliterating anything that is blocking that ray from being in its full remembrance, full function, full brightness, full light that it is. And with that, all rays in our divine being have been remembered. We appreciate the divine assistance of the ascended masters. Yet we now choose as a collective to make the choice to bring it up, to amplify it within ourselves, as a collective, as a force. And the energy that we've just built up as a group, as a community, that fulfilled collective that we are, we send it into the greater field, to the earth, the planet, the cosmos, making a dent in our energy today that all who have been waiting for us to remember what we're doing as seeing what we're doing right now, feeling it and applauding us. Energy of this recent moon has now amplified what we're doing today, for it is what we take into the future, leaving everything from the past behind. And so it is.
Yes.
Anchoring that into every cell of our body, anchoring that into this space, and integrating it with every breath we take for the next 24 hours and beyond.
Wow, that was beautiful.
I feel like a rainbow.
Oh, the activation of the light body is synonymous to the Eastern teachings that they call the rainbow body. So, yeah. And also, as a reminder, the 7 chakras, metaphorically in the book of the Apocalypse or the book of Revelation, are the 7 seals. Nothing to do with physical churches, but it has to do with energy, wheels of consciousness. So, as our 7 chakras open, we're going to be able to activate our energetic vehicles, which is when the superpowers come in. That's awesome.
Beautiful. Ismael, we appreciate you. And thank you for grounding and holding the space for everything that we've done today. And you're amazing.
Well, everyone is amazing. Every single one of you guys out there is amazing. We all have a gift to give to the world. We just have to work together in harmony so that we could combine our talents and our gifts and our wisdom and our combined energies. Because that's the only way we're going to do this thing. We have to remember it's about it's about team effort.
We just made a dent in the that everyone was applauding. I just saw the realm just going, they're doing it. I just saw the realm going, yep, they're doing it. We're watching you. They're watching us now. Yeah, they're watching us. They're watching us activate, and all the work that you do on yourself, even if it's a minute a day, anything that you do on yourself actually affects the morphic field of your family, of the collective around you. So anyone who's connected to you energetically, when you do this little thing, whenever I'm doing sessions with people, it's amazing when people come back, oh, I did this thing for myself, yet that person responded in this way. It's because you're impacting them. You're impacting them by just getting on this live. We've got over 300 people here, and together, just imagine all the people that like 10 people, they know 10 people. If just 2% or 10% of the people around you say yes to the energy that you've received and you've given yourself, whoa, that's massive. It's unfathomable how much we can do together. So we appreciate you.
Exactly. Thank you for that beautiful meditation.
Oh no, thank you for inviting me to do it. That was really
I also want to thank all my soul tribe that participated. You guys are wonderful, and I can't wait to one day work with you guys and meet you all in physical as well. But for now, we will continue to work in the ethers together as one family of light. May the God force be with you all. And so be it.
So be it. And we will post this live on Ishmael's YouTube channel as well as mine. So you'll have the real stuff there. And Ishmael's got his courses. They're booked out till February. So book into the next one. I'm going to be I booked in when they were booked out, and I'm doing mine in December finally.
Oh,
So
nice.
excited, Ishmael. Yeah, I'll
Cool.
see you there. So
Yeah.
we'll see. So we'll see.
Yeah,
Oh,
for those that want to book in my course in February, I do have a link in my bio. It's under themysticarts.org. It is mind-blowing. You guys are going to get in 6 hours my 20 years of research, all put in 6 hours. So you guys are going to have a wealth of information. And at the end of the third course, I teach you guys 2 techniques that will allow you guys to also connect to your galactic interdimensional self. So that way you guys can begin to access your own Akashic records. So I'm trying to, build other Ishmaels out there, right? Where everyone's accessing their own records. That'd be
amazing.
great.
That's what we need to do. And that's what you're awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait. I've already hired babysitters for my kids for that course because it's going to be on all hours of the night for me. All right, we're gonna finish the live. I'll just see you shortly on the Zoom, and then we'll wrap up there. Okay, over and out, everyone, on Instagram.
Bye, guys. Thank you for being here.
And share with me, Ishmael. How do I add you again? Can
you hear me?
Hold on. At project.
Oh, you're collaborating, right? So
Hold on, I'm just I got to stop the live. Where are we? 1 second. I'm operating a few things. There you are. I'm just going to stop the share.